All right, what's up, guys? I was doing some mock drafts of random teams. I spun a wheel and I got the Steelers, and they were actually the team I was thinking of doing a mock draft of anyway. So, yeah, and this is who I got for them. I got Xavier Restrepo, wide receiver. Wide receiver is going to be kind of a need for them. I mean, they got Pickens, but outside of that, they don't got too much depth there. Just getting another pretty good wide receiver, I think would be pretty good for them. Xavier Restrepo, he's a slot receiver too, which I think they could use. Um, yeah. Then you got Kyle Monangai. You got Najee Harris on his last year, and he hasn't been playing really good. So I don't know if you want to resign them if you're the Steelers. And just why not take running back in the draft? That's what a lot of teams are doing. That you just you draft running back, and you don't have to pay them, and until 4 years, right? If you think it's worth it. And yeah, I think Kyle Monangai. I think he's honestly one of the best running backs in the draft. I have him as top five running back. So, and you got Wyatt Millum, tackle. I know they drafted two offensive linemen last year. This is the third round, and Fatana just got injured, and Millum has just been playing so good. He's allowed zero pressure so far this year. Honestly, this is probably a pretty unrealistic pick, just because I think he's probably going to go much higher than this. But I get we'll see. But yeah, and then also because the whole tackle thing, right? They have Troy Fatanu, and then they got Roderick Jones not too long for that. So this is probably an unrealistic pick, but in third round if he makes it, I think this would be an absolute steal for the Steelers, no pun intended. Um, then I got linebacker Jay Higgins. He's been playing great. They could use one. They got Patrick Queen, but he's getting older. They got Patrick Wilson and or sorry, not Patrick Wilson, Payne Wilson, and he's been playing pretty good, I think, so far from what I heard. But just getting another linebacker and one who's good in coverage, I think, would be pretty good. Then Noah Fafita, I think he's a guy that can make it pretty late or even go pretty early. Honestly, he's really good. But there's just so many QBs in the draft that I think a lot of these guys are going to fall. I could see him also just. I think a lot of these guys might just play out another year or two, just to give them a better chance as well. Um, but yeah, I think Noah Fafita. I think he's a pretty good option here, especially if Justin Fields guy. This draft is kind of assuming that either Justin Fields or Russell Wilson could be one of those guys. I'd say more over Justin Fields just because he's been playing pretty good so far. So hopefully he can continue that for the rest of the year. And yeah, and maybe Noah Fida, he's just kind of a high ceiling potential bridge QB, or just feels that bridge QB to a high ceiling quarterback like Noah Fafita. He is a bit short on the shorter side, but he's still fairly young and he's pretty good. So um, yeah, I think this addresses some of the needs. It does not have corner. I think if you're the Steelers, I think you pri- try and prioritize corner in free agency, just because I feel like it's often harder to find these good corners right away in the draft compared to some of these other positions like wide receiver and running back. So that's kind of why I took that here. I think if you're the Steelers, you try and find a corner in free agency if you can. But of course, would still be a good idea. Maybe it would have been made more sense to take a corner here instead of Wyatt Millen. That probably would have made a lot more sense. But overall, I like this draft. I think it fills a lot of their needs. And yeah, that's my early as of now October. Yeah, October. It's like I guess at night it's like October 2nd. Um, but early Steelers mock draft. Early Steelers 2025 mock draft. And yeah,